Welcome back to Dad Ruins Everything. Last time I ruined multi-level marketing companies. I think it's a great video, and you should check it out if you haven't seen it already. This is a very special episode because today I ruin CBD. It's special because most people know at least a few of CBD's health benefits. Or do they? I'm sure you've seen CBD all over, advertised on big, cheap LED signs or prominently on the front of businesses that span the full range from legitimate to super sketchy. You probably have at least one person in your life that loudly swears by CBD. It cured their back pain, and their anxiety. Oh, and their insomnia too. And also their annoying Netflix buffering issues. Sweet Lord. Let's dive in. CBD, or cannabidiol, is a chemical compound derived from the cannabis plant. It's non-psychoactive, meaning it doesn't get you high, unlike its more fun chemical cousin, THC. The floodgates for CBD products opened after the 2018 U.S. Farm Bill legalized the production of industrial hemp. This allowed companies to extract CBD and sell it in oils, gummies, lotions, tinctures, lattes, bath bombs, lube, and yes, even pet treats. If that wasn't enough, you can also get CBD hair pomade, infused bed sheets, toilet paper, toothpaste, toothpicks, tampons, and socks? Socks. Because when I think of science-based wellness, I think CBD-infused socks. But why do these products even exist? If you believe the marketing, CBD can reduce anxiety, alleviate chronic pain, improve sleep, cure inflammation, and help with everything from epilepsy to acne. There isn't anything it can't fix. Basically, it's the duct tape of health products. It's amazing. If there's one thing I've noticed with CBD, it's that people are extremely willing to take the word of people in a retail store or a TikTok wellness coach about the safety and effectiveness of something they're putting on or in their body. But this isn't the 16th century. We have science. After all, if the claims were true, then there should be plenty of science to back it up, right? Well, it's not as though there hasn't been a ton of research, because there has. Over 1,000 papers per year, and I'm not talking about articles in High Times. I easily found over 7,000 actual peer-reviewed papers, each with a real methods section. As a side note, until you've read some primary literature, you haven't done real research. You just Googled some stuff. Come at me, bro. With that out of the way, there is solid scientific evidence that CBD can be effective in treating specific forms of epilepsy. The FDA has approved Epidiolex, a CBD-based drug to treat Lennox-Gastaut syndrome and Dravet syndrome. These are rare but severe forms of childhood epilepsy, and CBD has shown a clear benefit in reducing seizure frequency in clinical trials. That's amazing. What else? Not much. So far, anyway. Some studies have shown that there may be benefits for people who suffer from anxiety or PTSD. In these cases, the trials were either on rodents or on small-scale groups of humans. Is it true? Maybe, but we'll need well-controlled confirmation studies with actual humans before we know anything for sure. That said, the lack of solid statistical indications from initial research should temper expectations somewhat, and arm everyone with a fair amount of skepticism about fantastic claims. Anyone that says that we know anything for sure on unverified benefits is an idiot, a liar, or perhaps both, and they're probably trying to sell you something. CBD socks, anyone? For most other claims, the research is either inconclusive, contradictory, or flat-out negative. For example, a 2019 study in the Permanente journal showed that CBD might help with anxiety and sleep in some patients, but it was open-label and lacked a control group. A 2020 Cochrane review on CBD for chronic pain concluded that evidence is insufficient to support its use outside of clinical trials. A 2022 meta-analysis in pain medicine found that many studies showed high variability in dosage, methodology, and outcome reporting, making it hard to draw any firm conclusions. Beyond that, studies around the effectiveness of CBD on neuropathic pain, arthritis, and fibromyalgia found that performance was the same as the placebo control group. And just to make sure I've said it, there are no verified benefits for depression, cancer treatment, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ADHD, addiction, or even general wellness. But let's put that aside for a moment and say that CBD is as awesome as unqualified people claim. There's still a problem. CBD is mostly sold as a supplement. And guess what supplements don't have to prove? One, that they work. 2. What they have in them. And 3. That they aren't made in a garage between vape deliveries. In a 2017 study published in JAMA, 70% of CBD products were mislabeled. Some had no CBD at all, others had way too much, and some even had unlisted THC. As a special treat, I guess, unless you need to pass a drug test. Similar studies in 2024 showed that the situation hasn't changed much. If CBD is supposed to be medicine, then it should be treated like medicine, with lab tests, dosage standards, and, I don't know, ingredient labels that weren't produced by the guy in the room that knew the most about using Canva. While CBD is often marketed as harmless, it's not risk-free. Potential downsides include liver damage. High doses have been linked to elevated liver enzymes, especially when combined with certain medications. Drug interactions. CBD can interfere with the metabolism of other drugs, like blood thinners and antidepressants. Side effects. These may include drowsiness, diarrhea, and changes in appetite or weight. Unregulated dosing. Without standardized dosing, people may use too much or too little. Contamination. Poorly manufactured products may contain pesticides, heavy metals, or synthetic cannabinoids. It is often said that the best lies have some truth to them. We don't expect most plants to be beneficial to us, but we do have experience with cannabis. The fact that we know that THC has a strong psychoactive effect on us leaves us more receptive to the idea that CBD could be beneficial too. And CBD does have some promising medical applications, particularly for certain seizure disorders. But beyond that, most of the claims are overhyped. The industry is underregulated and the products are overpriced. It might help some people, but for most, it's a wellness placebo with a fancy label. I'm all for easy-to-come-by treatments for minor to serious ailments. I also have no problem with a natural treatment. Unfortunately, there's just no evidentiary support that CBD is that kind of magic bullet. And it's not like we aren't trying to validate it. So I hope CBD is sufficiently ruined for you, or for the CBD using someone that you're about to forward this to. If you learned something, or just love hearing me dunk on trendy health fads, hit that like button and subscribe. There's still tons more for me to ruin. Feel free to suggest, argue, or whatever in the comments below. Thanks and have an awesome day.